I'm National ERISA Disability Attorney Nancy Cavey. Welcome to Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I've got to give you a legal disclaimer. This podcast is not legal advice. The Florida Bar Association says I have to say this, so I've said it. Today, I'm going to be talking about how disability insurance claims begin and end with the definition of disability and occupation. Many policyholders, including lawyers and doctors, mistakenly believe that their ERISA or individual disability policies pay disability benefits if they can't work in their job or their practice specialty. They can't understand why I always start my discussion with them with the definition of the disability in their policy. Now, that term seems to be pretty easy to understand, but it isn't. Get out your own disability insurance policy and take a look at it. There are lots of lies, confusions, and misunderstandings and traps in these definitions that can harm and even destroy your claim before you get started. So today I'm going to talk about the basic ERISA definition of disability and deconstructing that definition, how a disability insurance carrier will evaluate job or occupational requirements, and the 4 important terms in your own occupation policy language that you need to know before you stop work and apply for your benefits or before you appeal a wrongful denial of your claim. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll get started. Stay tuned.
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind from your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claim process. Request your free copy of the book at caveylaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. Are you ready to get started? Let's begin with the basic ERISA definition of disability and deconstructing that definition. There are, in my opinion, 4 basic ERISA policy definitions of disability. Number 1 is the 2-year own occupation. Number 2, the 2-year own occupation with what's called residual disability benefits. Number 3, the 2-year own occupation with residual disability benefits, then any occupation to age 65. Or number 4, the 2-year own occupation with no residual disability benefits, and then any occupation to age 65. Well, what's the definition of disability in your policy? Most disability policies will provide a 2-year own occupation period, at which time the standard of disability is going to change to any occupation. Now, within that 2-year own occupation policy, there could be partial disability policies and residual disability policies. A typical definition of a 2-year own occupation with a residual provision says, you're not disabled when we pay every disability claim an insurance company determines that you are limited from performing the material and substantial duties of your regular occupation due to your sickness or injury, and you have a 20% or more loss in your indexed monthly earnings due to that same sickness or injury. So after 24 months, you are disabled when the insurance company will determine that due to the same sickness or injury, you're unable to perform the duties of any gainful occupation for which you are reasonably fitted by education, training, or experience. Now, you keep on hearing that word occupation in these definitions. Well, I'm going to discuss the important terms in the definition of occupation. I want to pause and shift gears for a moment. Why? Because many policyholders confuse or conflate their job with an occupation. I want you to get out your disability insurance policy and look at the definition of disability. And when I come back, I'm going to talk about how disability insurance companies evaluate jobs or occupational requirements. So let's stay tuned.